Hi, I'm Barbie Romero, the Director of Event Programming at MediaPost. Welcome to our Brand Insider series, Backstage Exclusive. This is your chance to ask our brand insiders what's on your mind. Today we have Scot Hudler, SVP and CMO from Whataburger. Welcome, Scott.
Hey, Barbie. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks so much for taking the time out. I know
Mhm.
this week it's the 75th anniversary, so thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's a big week here at Whataburger, celebrating 75 years, a great 75-cent offer for our app users on Friday. We are going to celebrate our birthday. This is a milestone, so we're going to celebrate it in a big way.
Yeah, so I wish there was a Whataburger by me. There is not. I'm in New York, so unfortunately I have to go to Dallas when I visit my friend to have one, but
One, one,
I'll
one
let
day
her know.
one day we'll get there. Not anytime soon, but one day we'll get there.
Sounds good. So what are some lessons that you've learned from this legacy, and how do they guide the marketing decisions today? I know 75 years is a very long time.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's super exciting. We're celebrating 75 years and we really wanted to celebrate with our fans. And so what we've done is brought back some of our most popular LTOs throughout the year, the mushroom Swiss burger, the pico de gallo burger, the Monterey melt. And these are items that have been around over the last 3, 4, 5 years, but they just have so much pin-up fan love. And we have that constant balance of bringing back fan favorites, but also introducing things that will be future fan favorites. So for this year, for the first, basically almost 3 quarters of the year, we really wanted it to be focused on some of those things, really lean into the fun and nostalgia of 75 years with these items. And then celebrate it, National Whataburger Day is something. This is only year 3. So we've done free burgers, we've done free shakes, and then this year to celebrate our 75th, we're doing a 75-cent Whataburger, which is our most popular item on Friday, August 8th, to celebrate again with our fans. We've also done a line of collectible cups, which we started when we started selling. They were solely to celebrate our birthday and again celebrate with our fans with great nostalgic images of the brand, like the one you see behind me, some brand iconography, our day dots, the stickers we put on our sandwiches. But after the tragic events of the floods in Kerrville, Texas, we pivoted that, and for July and August have made all the funds raised from the sale of those cups to go to flood relief. So super excited about that. We're about to cross over the $1 million raised mark, and happy to be able to give back to such a terrible tragedy.
Wow, that's great. You hear that, people? Get your cups here, so
Yeah.
you can help others.
Any any Whataburger restaurant and Whataburger.com. We'd love to help.
So talking about LTOs, I love the play on its own brand name. So like Whataburger, you also have Whata Refresher, Whata
Mhm.
Catch as some
Yeah.
examples. So you do use social listening to launch these LTOs. Are they also potential testing grounds for additions to like the permanent menu?
Yeah, so like I mean on the naming, sometimes we will drop some Easter eggs out there to see how people react to it, and we'll workshop it around the office for a while and see how people like it. But we just feel like Whataburger has such relevance and recognition. It allows us to stand out. And the history of why we're called Whataburger is Harmon Dobson founded the company 75 years ago in Corpus Christi. He wanted a burger that you hold with 2 hands, and when you take a bite you say, "What a burger." And so while that's the main thing we do, obviously, is sell burgers, we also sell chicken. We want to have that same reaction with consumers, like what a chicken, what a catch for our limited edition fish offering that we have during Lent. And then as we launched, we were looking at beverage opportunities, and the kind of common name is to call them refreshers, and we wanted to do something that was differentiated, and so that's why we landed on What a Fresher, to really tie it to the brand, but also keep that same spirit of the day Harmon Dobson founded the company, of like, what a refresher. And just really continue to harp on that, as because we pride ourselves on serving incredibly high quality food and drinks.
That's great to hear. And so another question that was submitted by the audience is, you have artist collabs with Lainey Wilson. How
Mhm.
do these build cultural relevance for you?
Yeah, I think we want to constantly make sure the brand shows up in places where we're unexpected.
Mm.
But also we partner with like people who share our same values, and who are going to give us some of that cultural relevance as well. But also they've got to be fans of the brand. So, Lainey Wilson is a huge fan of the honey butter chicken biscuit. And when we announced the partnership, we did a free honey butter chicken biscuit giveaway one morning to kick it off. And again, it's real. It's a product that she loves. She talks a lot about how when she's out on the road late at night, she'll stop in for a honey butter chicken biscuit because we serve breakfast from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m., which is different from most people out there. So that was a real partnership. And as we sought out and started doing our due diligence on people, that was the first screen. Are you a Whataburger fan? We don't want to do something that just feels inauthentic with the brand. And very similarly with our partnership with Bobby Witt Jr. For the Kansas City Royals. He grew up in Colleyville, Texas, went to Whataburger after every high school baseball game, went there on date night with his then girlfriend, now wife. And when he was in Kansas City, when we opened in Kansas City, that was what he said. He's like, I'll know I've made it if I have a Whataburger deal. And so we were glad to help him on that. But no, he's a fantastic player and an amazing brand ambassador.
That's awesome. That's also the next question. Like, how does your team decide which ones to partner with? So you already kind of answered that, but if you want to give more insights
Yeah,
on
like I
that.
mean, I think we do a lot of due diligence because we are a 75-year respected brand. Um, we're a family brand. Like Whataburger was built around that community of going to Whataburger after your little league game, then your middle school game, then your high school game. It's where you go when you have a big celebration. If you have a messy breakup with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you can go kind of eat your feelings at Whataburger. So we've always been a family brand. So we get approached by a lot of people, and sometimes we just have to say, hey, that's probably not the right fit for us. But we do a lot of due diligence, really understanding, like I said, make sure they're a Whataburger fan, that they're not gonna, that if you talk about a Whataburger, a double, they know what you're talking about. And look at that and just really make sure that they fit our brand, our values, and that they are doing some work that allows us to be culturally relevant with their fans as well.
That's great. And talking about cultural relevance, you had a Whataburger Museum of Art experience at the South by Southwest, which sounds
Yeah.
super cool. So for
Yeah.
those of us that couldn't be there, how did you extend that activation?
Yeah, so the quick backstory on that is we are fortunate enough to be a beloved brand, and people create works of art with Whataburger, whether it's with our packaging, just paying, showing their love for the brand, which we think is incredibly cool and humbling. And so early 2020, there were plans to launch this Whataburger Museum of Art out into the real world, into the physical world. Um, and then COVID happened. And so it became an online Instagram account. And as people, we would see things and people would send stuff in, we would just constantly build on that. And so for South by Southwest to celebrate our 75th anniversary, we thought this is a great time to bring it to life, in the physical world. So we took over a spot in Austin during South by and brought all this stuff to life. And so it was paintings, portraits, pictures, drawings, physical art. It was such a great experience. And what was even better was to see the people lined up to go and just come in and kind of share their love for the brand. And my favorite part of it was there's this thing with Whataburger. So when you order for a to-go order or to eat in, we give you a table tent. And magically, a lot of these table tents go missing. They get stolen, and we're totally fine with that. It's like a common misperception. We love when people steal our table tents. So we set up the kind of mug shot wall where you could get your picture taken after you stole your table tent, and then we'll give you a special Whataburger 75th South by table tent. So just a great way to again bring the brand back and celebrate with our fans.
That's funny. I think Citizen M Hotels, I stayed there and they have a pen and it says, yes, you can steal this pen. Like it's well known that people steal that pen and they're like, yeah, you can take it. So
Yeah, we love
that's
the
so cool.
stories of when you meet people and you say, "Hey, I work for Whataburger." Like, "Oh, I stole your table tent. I stole number 17 because that was my jersey number in high school, or my wife and I got married in this year and I got that number. And we listen to social media, we track it, and we see on Reddit people are like, hey, I got this number, I'm trying to get this number, I was one number away. And we actually integrated that into our spot for our latest LTO. It was, we built the campaign around taking real tweets and real posts from people. And one person submitted, said, I'll trade you this if you bring back the Pico de Gallo. They said they'd return their stolen table tents. We were like, deal. And here's the address you can send them to. Thinking maybe a few people would send them in, but we actually got a lot of people that sent is a real address, and they sent it in, and then we sent them back a special table tent.
That's awesome. That's such a innovative campaign. That's really
Yeah.
cool. So are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Yes, let's
Answers only.
go. Yes.
What is your go-to Whataburger order?
It's kind of boring. I get a double with cheese, plain and dry. So
Oh,
just plain and dry means no mustard, onions, lettuce, tomatoes, anything like that. Just cheese and beef and bun.
yeah, sometimes simple is better. You can taste
Yeah, I always say that's the way nature intended it. Just
it.
the beef, bun, and cheese.
Cool. And do you have like a favorite app for efficiency when you're working with your marketing team?
Um, Probably not the sexiest answer ever, but Teams, Microsoft
Teams.
Teams. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
it's we're a Microsoft shop, and it's has the chat, the file sharing, etc. So that's probably the one we use the most.
Yeah, my old job we used to use Teams, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's like everything in one. Like Slack has,
yeah,
yeah, but Teams has everything too.
yeah, yeah.
And here's the last one. I hope you thought about this one. Name one brand and campaign you admire.
I am a big time Apple fanboy. Like I love all of their products, always have. I remember, years back where I was working, um, we were a complete PC shop, and myself and one other guy just lobbied and lobbied and lobbied to use Macs, and we were like on our own for tech support. They're like, "We'll do it, but you're on your own." And so when we'd have problems, we just have to go to Google and figure it out. So just been a big Mac and Apple fan forever.
Yeah.
And then I just think about some of their older campaigns, like when they've launched the iPod and iPhone, just really great breakthrough work, and they put it in the right places, and just a big fan of the brand.
Yeah, I remember when I don't know which product it was, but it was like people dancing. It probably was iPod.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the shadows dancing.
yeah,
That brought me
yeah,
back so many years ago.
yeah, yeah. It was a while ago, but I mean, I was having this conversation with my wife. I said, I kind of miss the days when I just had a teeny tiny iPod and I could just take it and not be tethered to my phone everywhere I went. And we can't do that these days, but it was a good time back then.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
Yeah.
Scott, thanks so much for joining us and answering all of our questions.
Hey, Barbie, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
And thanks to the audience for tuning in. If you have questions yourself or would like to be featured, contact me at barbie@mediapost.com. Take care.